mean, it makes sense why Spanish people are having such a fiesta all the time. It's really picturesque and it's like being in a movie. And beautiful architecture too. But there was so much plastic in the water. Bienvenido a Barcelona. We're in Barcelona again, and today we are going to the Barceloneta quarter. It's stated as one of the nicest neighborhoods here in Spain and Barcelona. It's the harbor, it's the whole beach. But first, let's try some real Spanish tapas and some cava. This small, let's say, tapas place where it's very local. You can get all sorts of food. To go to Spain, you must try cava, and here it is. Wonderful. Wow, very savory actually. Very good. Let's have some jamón ibérico, Iberian ham, from Spain in Barcelona. Cured meat is just wonderful, and this is no exception. Wow, it's good. Have you tried jamón ibérico? Spanish manchego cheese. This is some of the most fine cheese. Wow, excellent. Mucho gusto. A must try in Spain. Sardines. Wow, these has a very interesting taste. It's a bit smoky with some spices in. Very delicious. I could see this with bread and yeah, very good. So we just had some wonderful food. I mean, it makes sense why Spanish people are having such a fiesta all the time, because like having cava, having chorizo, manchego cheese, olives, everything is just great food with so much taste, and all the cured meats also. Now we are going to La Barceloneta, the coast, and yeah, it's good weather today. We are only in May, so yeah. Welcome to La Barceloneta. We are in one of the nicest neighborhoods here in Barcelona. Trying to say it right in Catalan. And yeah, I'm so excited to be here. It is a very historical neighborhood district of Barcelona. We're going to talk more about that very soon. But let's just explore what we see here today. La Barceloneta was built in the 18th century for residents that was displaced by the construction of the Ciutadella of Barcelona, which was a bit outside the city, and they had to live somewhere else. So you built this whole area, neighborhood, mainly for residents, and it's very close to El Born neighborhood. It borders the, let's say, the Mediterranean Sea, and also quite close to Mall de España of Port Vell. So a really good location here in Barcelona. So the charm of Barceloneta is really in these narrow, short streets, because it was actually quite, let's say, architectural designed, that you had these simple squares. So you had all these streets that are just one long, almost direct line, this way, and it was like almost someone draw it on a map without thinking that things would change. So it's really interesting, and today, 200 years later, it's just really beautiful to walk here. Also very multicultural. Let's say, oh, you have a Brazilian flag there. It makes the point, yeah. I really like this kind of square here. It's quite chill. To be honest with you, I like this area of Barcelona more than, let's say, the touristy areas, La Rambla and all the other areas. This is much more chill and beautiful architecture too. Actually, I could see myself living here very well, because let's say it's small streets, so you will not have a lot of traffic. It's very, let's say, seaside kind of vibe. Well, it is, because the beach is very close. We're gonna get to the beach very soon, because it's one of the most important areas of La Barceloneta. But yeah, it's nice. Here we are at Plaza del Poeta Bosca. which is one of the big squares here in Barceloneta district area. And here we have one of the biggest, let's say, food halls in Barceloneta, the Mercat de Barceloneta. Let's check it out, yeah? Oh, it's actually, what a great view here in this little square. You have some trees, some activities like ping pong, beautiful buildings. The architecture here is still amazing. Coming from where I'm from, it's really beautiful here. So, Mercat de Barceloneta. Normally you should go here when it's like 6 or 7 in the morning, because coming now, most of the shops are closed. So you can see they're already closing off. So this is, let's say, more hidden gem comparing to the La Bucuria, which is the tourist attraction. You would have everything here that you would need: meats, seafood, all kinds of food. Going here, looking at all this, I can definitely smell a lot of seafood. It's wow. I would like to come back maybe one of the other days and see if we can buy something here. Sadly, we're only here for a few days, so the plan was that if we're gonna stay in Barcelona for some time, we're gonna rent an Airbnb, buy stuff here, cook food. That would be amazing, because it's often more fun than just going on restaurants. So outside La Barceloneta, you will have tapas bars, as almost everywhere in Barcelona, where you can eat fresh fish from outside here of Barcelona. You can eat meats, cured meats, all kinds of foods. So quite interesting. Let's see if we can find our way to the Mediterranean Sea. I hope we're in the right direction. And once again, I cannot state how much I like the architecture here in Barcelona. It's so beautiful and so diverse also. You can definitely see that they were this huge empire once. Wow. So yeah, it's very picturesque. And ciao, hola. And people are so friendly. I wish I could speak more Spanish, because then we would maybe have more friends here in Barcelona. It's really picturesque, and it's like being in a movie. But of course, for you Spanish people seeing this, it might not be anything interesting. But for me, it's like, wow. And I guess the same if you go to Denmark, I would say it's boring as. And you would say, wow, it's interesting. So that's what I like about traveling and meeting people from all around the world, that I can be so hyped about this and maybe want to live here, and other people could be the same from where I'm from, even though it's cold and gray and the buildings are just dull. Wow. First reaction here. First time here at the Mediterranean Sea, actually, in my life. Wow. Mountains out there, nice beaches. Very nice beaches here, and seems like good vibes. Now it's a bit windy though, and it's not the most warm day of the year. So perhaps, I don't know, we should get in the water. Quite windy today. And also on the way down here to the water, we saw like 5 street sellers who wanted to sell you different stuff. So I mean, if you don't want to get bothered, this is not the right place. I guess there's more places along the coast. But here it's, I mean, lots of tourists and lots of sellers, but beautiful water, very nice. And I'm from a small island, so I know what I'm talking about. Looks good. But a bit cold I would say. Also look at all the buildings from here. Woo! They just announced over the speaker that the sea quality, the quality of the water, is not quite good, and therefore they don't recommend bathing that much. Also, they were talking many times in the speakers about theft, and also we were trying to like try the water out, but there was so much plastic in the water, which is quite sad, to be honest with you. So, I mean, in that way, I don't know if I would go to Barcelona for swimming and being in the water. Also, because the amount of tourists here is crazy. And tourists just having a lot of beer and throwing it everywhere. Who would do that? Sorry to say. But if you're watching and you're like that, it's a shame. So, yeah, in a way, that experience may not be the best. I'd rather maybe go to other places like Valencia or somewhere else along the beach. But otherwise, I mean, this whole promenade is pretty nice and pretty cool here. When standing here, it's quite interesting to think, again, I'm talking about the map of Barcelona, that all this area was like made up, not artificially, but in a way, yeah. And yeah, it's funny how you can change the landscape so much, which you've done here. Again, I really like this promenade. The beach itself, it might be destroyed of tourists. I cannot say, but it might be, because it could be very nice to have. But the amount of trash, the amount of sellers who want to sell you and scam you, amount of thieves, it just made it not so nice. But again, it depends on who you ask. For me, I would like the more quiet kind of life, and I might go to somewhere else next time I'm in Spain for bathing. But it's cool. Entering here the famous Park de la Barceloneta. We have a little greenery where we can sit and relax when it's like very hot in the middle of the day. And yeah, as you can see already now, a lot of people are just lying on the grass, relaxing. There's also a little street food place. And it's nice to have in the middle of a big town, big city. One thing that occurs to me a lot is that the amount of graffiti here in Barcelona is quite a lot. And many places we've seen the very famous tourists go home, or we don't want tourists graffiti tag, which is quite interesting. And in a way, now I live in Budapest, and during these days in the summer, I like having tourists, but I don't like having tourists who just come and exploit a place. And I understand the Catalans why they would say this, because it can be a lot actually, and especially here in the beach, it's the same. During the construction of the port well, which we're going to, the harbor, at the same time they made the whole Barceloneta land where we were just before. And it's quite interesting because it is used today as a big port for Barcelona. Of course, there's a lot of restaurants here where you can get paella and tapas and other seafood dishes, but it's also used as a port. You have a lot of ships, yachts from maybe Cayman Islands, I don't know, but from all around the world. Once again, I see Italian restaurants, and everywhere I go in the world, it just warms my heart, because I used to be a chef in Italian restaurants for a few years of my life, and in that way, it just became my favorite kitchen. We also have surf shops here, wow, and surf schools. I don't know how to surf, but I heard all the hot guys, they know how to surf. Luckily, I'm not that, so it's good for me. Barceloneta is a very important place in Barcelona's history and the culture. It is the place where a lot of people go to relax and have fun and drink, and it's also very important where you have the harbor here, which I'm sitting and looking at. One of the places where you can get to Montjuic, which we're going to do in another video. So it is an important place. That's why we also went here. Of course, the beach was a bit of a disappointment because the quality wasn't the best. I also heard that in 2008, World Health Organization said that the sand in the beach was in an awful state. And yeah, it shows. Also the amount of thieves and that kind of thing. I wouldn't go here to bathe. Anyway, Barceloneta is wonderful and nice to be here. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Comment in the description where we should go next. Like the video and become a member of our membership on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Have a nice one. Adios.